Hey everybody, it's Chad Hyams here, back again with the Achieve Your Apex podcast. We are on to chapter 17 of my best-selling book, Achieve Your Apex. Now, if you don't have a copy of it, go get one. You can go to achieveyourapex.com. You can go to Amazon to get it. It's on Audible if you just want to listen to it, just like you like listening to these podcasts. We are on to chapter 17, and this is a really special chapter for me. I love this chapter. I'm going to get to share some really fun things over the next few episodes. Yet today, we're going to introduce this chapter because this chapter is about the power of helping others. And we never succeed alone. I'm going to come back to that thought. Many of us think we do, yet it's never that way when it comes to it. I want to share with you a quote you've most likely heard. It's from Edith Wharton. And the quote is, there are two ways of spreading light: to be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. Now, a lot of people really want to be that candle. They want to be that flame, and they want to be the one who puts out the light. Yet always there's that mirror that can magnify the light into so much more. Now, that doesn't mean you don't achieve your goal, because Zig Ziglar has also shared a quote with us that always tells us, if you can help everyone get what they want, you'll get what you want. So at times, we need to be that mirror. That's what we're going to be focusing on the next few episodes as we're in chapter 17. So, as I said, success is rarely achieved alone. And what happens is sometimes we'll get tunnel vision when it comes to success. If we allow ourselves to go on this journey alone, we end up in a tunnel vision situation. And what does that do for us? It hurts us. Why? Because we end up only seeing the path in front of us. And we always think we're on the right path, right? We keep our head down. We don't look for others. If you don't turn your GPS on because you're sure you know the way, you're going to follow that path. And here's the thing. That path sometimes has traffic. Sometimes there was an accident. Sometimes there was construction. And if only you had asked for help and allowed others to expand your vision, someone else might have either confirmed that you were going the right way or might have said to you, hey, why don't you give this a shot? I mean, think about some of the greatest success stories you know and how they never did it alone. We hear about Steve Jobs, right? We know Steve Jobs. He became famous for his keynote at the Apple event every year. One more thing, right? We know that Steve knows what he was doing. He had a vision. Yet without Steve, Apple never would have become what Apple has become, because we needed Steve Wozniak, right? He was the genius that was able to bring all of Steve Jobs' thoughts into reality. When Steve Jobs first was running the company, they were doing way too many things. We know the story. He doesn't know everything, and it wasn't without someone by his side that got him where he's going. How about, and I'm not telling you you need to call me, yet everybody needs a coach, because we need that person that's going to go along the journey with us and say, look up, you're not seeing that. Look to the left, there's a path, there's a shortcut, there's a better way. I've been here with others, don't go there. The best need coaches. Think about Michael Jordan. He had Phil Jackson, right? He was good, then he had Phil Jackson. Right? Think about Serena Williams, who had her father and other coaches. Think about every successful athlete we hear about. Think about all the entrepreneurs. Everybody had a coach, a teacher, somebody that was with them. Okay, what about opportunities that come through other people? Because you have your network, and who knows who, and connects all the dots so that something works out for you. We never get there alone. Collaboration helps, right? One idea is great. Two ideas is not 1 + 1. It's 1 × 1. Now, wait a minute, Chad. 1 + 1 is 2. 1 × 1 is still 1. Okay, but what happens when we start adding in other people? 1 + 2 now equals 3. But 1 × 2 is equally, but the number is going to grow, and you get the math and see all of a sudden how all of a sudden we've got 10, 12, 15 people. This idea is getting bigger and bigger and bigger each and every day on the math. Okay. Collaboration will help things. We multiply instead of just add. Okay. Emotional support might be needed along the journey. Sometimes we need someone to pick us up, pat us on the back, rub the dust off us, kick us in the pants, whatever it is. And then legacy is never built through one person. One person never builds a legacy. Okay. Andrew Carnegie, for example, one of the richest men in history, we know his name, but he built libraries, funding education, helping other leaders. That's what truly made him the legacy that he has become. I want you to understand that during this chapter, we're going to be talking about no one succeeding alone and how having other people in our world helps. One lion, if we were in the jungle, might be a killing machine. What's worse than one is two. What's worse than two, 3 or 4. Now you're surrounded completely. Okay. And we're going to see the apex creatures show us this, and we're going to see how it's going to help you get to the apex of your success. So hang on, get ready for chapter 17 of the Achieve Your Apex podcast. And if you haven't heard chapters 1 through 16, go back. They're there for you. The episodes are waiting. And if someone needs to come on the journey right now, send them a message. Send them the link to this episode. Bring them along, because you know you're not succeeding alone. Maybe they need to hear this message because they're one of the people who helps you achieve your apex. Until our next episode, keep climbing.